On this episode, it's 2017, and we are going to be talking about why you should be buying a house this year. Coming up. Welcome, I'm your host, Steve Pinate, realtor and host of the Steve Talks Real Estate Show, where we bring you value, content, and tips in all things real estate and housing related. So on this episode, it's the first episode of 2017, and I plan on bringing you incredible content. I want to make sure that this year you know more than I do. Honestly, I want to give you every bit of information from qualifying for a loan to selling your house and everything in between. I want to be your resource of information this year. So on this episode, we are going to be talking about why it's a great time to buy a house in 2017. Here we go. Number one, rent is expensive and it keeps going up. A real estate company recently did a study that showed it costs 37% less to own a house versus renting one. If you can qualify for a home mortgage, if you have a steady job or steady cash flow coming in, regardless of what your goals are, it just makes more sense financially to own versus renting. Therefore, if you are on the fence, listen up. I want to encourage you, get off that fence, get pre-qualified for a home loan, see where you're at, see what you have to do the adjustments you have to make, get qualified for a house, and buy the house you've always wanted to own. Number two, mortgage interest rates are still low. Don't get caught up in what the media says and so on. Interest rates going up, oh my God. Listen, they are still low, and it's still a great time to get into this market and buy the house with an interest rate that is really good. Number three, down payments are still low. A lot of people have a misconception you need a fat wallet or thousands of dollars to put down when buying a house. That's not the case. Down payments are still relatively low, and there are so many down payment assistance programs that people can qualify for. These programs can help them out with their down payments and oftentimes a lot of other costs that come with buying a house, like your closing costs. Everything is relative, so I encourage you guys to meet with a trusted professional loan officer that can guide you in this whole process. Number four, house prices keep on increasing. As a homeowner, this is great. Why? Because you build equity. Listen to this. There are two different ways someone can build equity on the house they own. Number one is paying down the house. So every single month you make your mortgage payment, you're paying down that mortgage. And as you pay it down, that means when you sell your house, you have equity built. The second way an individual or family builds equity by owning a house is when prices go up. So if the value of the house increases, guess what? That means more money in your pocket when it comes time to sell that house. Don't you want to make money off this? Don't you want to invest in your future? Stop renting, get off the fence, and buy a house. And lastly, number five, listen up. There is no perfect economy when it's the perfect time to buy a house. But we are living in a time where the economy is thriving. The housing market is thriving. It's a good time right now to capitalize on this momentum. Interest rates are still low. There are programs out there that can help you out with your down payments and other costs. And guess what? You probably have a better job than you did a couple years back. It's a great time to get into this housing market. Obviously, no one has a crystal ball. We don't know if interest rates are gonna keep on rising and so on, but before they do, cash in now, get in that house, get that interest rate, and own that house you've always wanted to own. Well, that wraps up episode number 46 of the Steve Talks Real Estate Show. Keep sending in your questions and I will do my best to keep answering them. If you have any question at any time, email me, contact me, visit my website, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want to make sure you have every piece of information you need in order to buy a house, to sell a house, or any planning you have to do. I would love to sit down with you and help you through the whole process. We'll see you next time.